flight route data has revealed the walls of the physical prism of the global matrix. The globetrotters kept asking why I didn't fly to the edge to take a photo. I told them there were no actual flights that went beyond a certain boundary. They didn't believe me, so I decided to prove it. Automatic Dependent Surveillance Broadcast, or ADS-B, is a surveillance technology in which an aircraft determines its position via satellite navigation and periodically broadcasts it, enabling it to be tracked. The information can be received by air traffic control ground stations as a replacement for secondary radar. It can also be received by other aircraft to provide situational awareness and allow self-separation. ADS-B is automatic in that it requires no pilot or external input. It is dependent in that it depends on data from the aircraft's navigation system. ADS-B is an element of the U.S. Next Generation Air Transportation System, Next Gen. Airports Authority of India upgrade plans in line with ICAO Global Plan initiatives and Aviation System Block upgrade and the Single European Sky ATM research. ADS-B equipment is currently mandatory in portions of Australian airspace. The United States requires some aircraft to be equipped by 2020, and the equipment will be mandatory for some aircraft in Europe from 2017. Canada is already using ADS-B for air traffic control. I created an algorithm to clean and process initially around 1 million real flight route data points as transmitted from ADS-B transponders. At each point, using the coordinates and time since the previous point, I could calculate a local speed at a particular latitude and longitude. I did this for many thousands of flights, searching for all known routes actually flown. Over a period of time, this grew to produce a coverage map that did not change. No matter how many flights were searched, no ADS-B point was ever broadcast outside the area I will show you. No actual flights since I have been running this analysis have left this boundary. I used a recursive algorithm to search seed major hub airports for arrivals. Then it searched the origin airports for their arrivals and so on, ad infinitum. By using this algorithm, I obtained every possible flight that actually occurred. Given that the coverage did not change after some time, and all known major population centers are covered, I'm confident that this coverage represents the only area we will ever be able to see on Earth using transportation that is publicly available. I then bucketed the speeds of each of these hundreds of thousands of points into 1 times 1 latitude and longitude buckets and averaged the speed in each bucket. Then I produced a heat map. The color represents the average speed of all flights at that point. Note the blue patch near New Zealand of flights averaging 2,000 nautical miles per hour, which suggests a map distortion around New Zealand, which may be misrepresented in location. The heat map used flat distance calculation for speeds. I also calculated a sphere distance calculation for comparison. Now look at the sphere calculation version and notice how the massive increase in flight east to west speeds near New Zealand, for example, is slightly concealed by the sphere geometry. So that's all, folks. Everything outside the white area is hearsay and fiction and always will be to the prisoners. You need to understand that flights that can leave the tracked region and go at any speed outside the edges. In the data, you can see long-haul flight routes accelerating before they go off radar and pop back into the tracked zone, having gone ultra fast outside it. I now believe all commercial airliners can probably do at least 2,000 nautical miles per hour, and that Concorde was part of the PSYOP. This allows them to conceal super-fast long-haul flights outside the tracking perimeter. Imagine all the hidden land.